Welcome to Drips News, your source for up-to-the-minute insights on today's top stories. Stay connected online for in-depth analysis and breaking developments. Coming up, we'll examine Mike Pence's sharp rebuke of Trump's tariff policies, explore the potential impact of new tariffs on countries buying Venezuelan oil, and analyze the market's volatile reaction to Trump's shifting trade strategies. Plus, we'll delve into the escalating tensions surrounding Greenland and uncover a shocking security breach within the Trump administration. Don't miss a moment. Stay tuned. Former Vice President Mike Pence is publicly distancing himself from Donald Trump, specifically criticizing the former administration's tariff strategy. Pence advocates for free trade, arguing it lowers costs and improves the American quality of life, a direct counterpoint to Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent's defense of tariffs. Despite potential economic disruptions, Pence stated tariffs should only be used to bring nations like China to the table, but free trade is better for the U.S. This divergence comes as Trump juggles tariffs on Canada and Mexico. This is not the first time Pence has publicly disagreed with Trump. Pence has also criticized Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Vladimir Putin, and Trump's foreign policy. However, Pence has also supported Trump's policies, including tax cuts. Donald Trump has announced a 25% tariff on all imports from countries purchasing oil or gas from Venezuela, starting April 2nd. Trump, posting on Truth Social, cited Venezuela's hostility towards the U.S. as justification. This action is in addition to new tariffs imposed directly on Venezuela. Next, we will examine the market's reaction to the vacillating tariff strategy. Markets are highly sensitive to any developments in President Donald Trump's tariff strategy, creating uncertainty for investors. Stocks surged following reports that blanket duties on industrial sectors were unlikely. Tesla shares, previously struggling, jumped 9.5% after expressing vulnerability to retaliatory tariffs. Trump has yet to finalize his plans, expected to be announced on April 2nd, but has hinted at flexibility and potential breaks for some countries, emphasizing reciprocity. Trump also suggested additional tariffs on automobiles, lumber, and chips may be forthcoming. Trump has signaled a willingness to compromise, emphasizing flexibility while maintaining pressure. All of this is happening as tensions rise between the U.S. and Greenland. Greenland's prime minister has labeled an upcoming visit by U.S. officials, including Second Lady Usha Vance and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, as highly aggressive, further straining relations after President Donald Trump's expressed interest in annexing the territory. Trump insists the visit is about friendliness, not provocation, claiming the U.S. team was invited and that Greenlanders are receptive to U.S. involvement. Trump believes Greenland could be in the U.S.'s future. Greenland's leader objects, questioning the presence of the National Security Advisor. Trump's annexation idea has highlighted Greenland's strategic importance due to its rare earth minerals and geopolitical implications in the Arctic. Coming up next, we have a story about Trump hiring amateurs for top jobs and one of their most dramatic blunders. President Donald Trump's practice of hiring businessmen and political allies with limited government experience has led to an amateur hour atmosphere, culminating in a dramatic blunder. The Atlantic's Jeffrey Goldberg received the Trump administration's war plans via text message. National Security Advisor Mike Waltz accidentally added Goldberg to a Signal group chat that included profiles associated with top officials. The group discussed a potential strike against Houthi rebels in Yemen, with J.D. Vance expressing concerns about the U.S. benefiting less than Europe. Doubting the authenticity, Goldberg realized the situation was real when Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth sent detailed war plans and confirmed the imminent strike. Goldberg then learned the strikes had occurred, and the national security principals celebrated with emojis. Goldberg then removed himself from the chat. How did the other people in Trump's administration react? We'll tell you next. U.S. officials reacted with shock and horror to the revelation that top Trump administration officials, including VP J.D. Vance, Sec of Defense Pete Hegseth, and Sec of State Marco Rubio, sent detailed plans for strikes on Yemen via Signal, a non-government encrypted app, and that a journalist had been accidentally added to the chat. The Trump administration acknowledged the authenticity of the messages. Senior officials scrambled to review Signal use, fearing a grave risk to national security. Career national security officials expressed dismay, noting the risk of exposing classified information to foreign hackers, an action that would typically result in immediate termination and potential prosecution. Let's turn back to Greenland, where tensions are rising. Greenland's prime minister has condemned the planned visit by U.S. officials, including Second Lady Usha Vance and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, as highly aggressive, further damaging relations after President Donald Trump's vow to annex the territory. The Prime Minister questions the purpose of the National Security Advisor's presence, viewing it as a demonstration of power. Trump's annexation idea has highlighted Greenland's strategic importance and sparked a geopolitical scramble for influence in the Arctic. Trump has expressed interest in acquiring the island by any means necessary, despite rejections from Denmark and Greenland. Now, we go to the Russia-Ukraine war, where the U.S. is trying to stop further escalation. President Donald Trump stated that efforts to de-escalate the Ukraine-Russia war were somewhat under control. Ukrainian and U.S. delegations met in Saudi Arabia to discuss protecting energy facilities and infrastructure as part of Trump's diplomatic push to end the war. U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff expressed optimism, stating that Putin wants peace and predicting progress towards a Black Sea ceasefire and a full shooting ceasefire. Despite these efforts, Zelensky emphasized the need for Putin to order a stop to the strikes. A Russian drone attack on Kyiv killed at least 3 people, while Russian authorities reported destroying 59 Ukrainian drones. That is the end of our news for today. That's all the news we have for you today, but don't go anywhere because tomorrow we have even more breaking stories, exclusive interviews, and in-depth analysis. And remember, you can stay up to date 24/7 by following us online. Until then, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay with Drips News.